Hello, hello. I am back. It's been a year since I have live streamed. I tried to do one earlier tonight, but it went absolutely fatally wrong. Basically, I want to see if anyone's about, have a chat about true crime and some stuff in the news. Um, oh gosh, there's some shit going on in the true crime community again. It feels like every time there's drama on YouTube, it has something to do with the true crime community. And I don't know, I feel sometimes like it makes a bit of a mockery out of the true crime genre. I mean, we're supposed to actually be people that want to solve crimes. I get that. And the way we solve crimes is we discuss. I get that too. But when in the discussion does it become speculation and start being hurtful to the family? This is something I've really struggled with. Hey, Kaleidoscope, it's good to see you. Um, do you know what? I only sort of found the Kylie case like a couple of weeks ago, or if that maybe even just over a week ago. So, Kaleidoscope, I was way out of it. But I have been binge watching the shit out of everything that's been coming out because I want facts. I don't want shit. I don't want rumors. But it's quite hard to find facts in amongst the bullshit, I must say. There's some bullshit going on. I felt like when Summer's case happened, I felt like I was saying to everybody, like, even though these parents are not cool people, they're not good parents, we don't like them, they're scum, rah, 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 doesn't mean that they are murderers, especially of kids. So you got to be really careful, you know. Sabine, hi, good to see you. The algorithm seems to favour inflammatory rumours. It does. It does. Indeed. And do you know what? I'm not going to talk about other channels, but I'm just going to say that even YouTubers follow the drama. Like they'll go on the channel into the chat and they'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys are saying this. Yous are awful. I hope YouTube comes for you, all this stuff, right? Which is cool. But the thing is that we're saying it. I mean, even I must admit, I still sat there and watched it. Yeah, you have missed the bullshit. It's always bullshit. And true crime is always bullshit and true crime, which is very sad. I don't understand where the respect has gone. I see drama, I leave Kaleidoscope. Oh, it's just, I don't know. And you go onto every single channel and they're just regurgitating the same old information and they're just looking at it from 1,000 different angles and angles that aren't even made up yet. It's oh my God. It's like a train wreck. Like you can't look away. It's terrible. But it seems to be real. And then throw in a country singer, and then the whole shit just goes west after that. I don't know. I like some channels, I must admit. I do like some channels that discuss cases. I mean, look how the Gabby Petito case was solved. That was solved by YouTubers. So, and if they hadn't have seen the signs and they haven't been on the YouTube community and hadn't like seen everything about Gabby Petito, they wouldn't have known about the van at the national park, and they wouldn't have known the significance of the van if it wasn't for YouTubers. So they do have a place in true crime, but it's that slippery bloody slope, you know, trying to be respectful and have respectful discussion, but be able to discuss stuff at the same time. I think that like is a tough place to find. Hey, Jennifer, the stuff that guy is saying is outlandish. I don't believe it. Yeah, we won't name that guy, but I just can't believe that people would stand for that. I mean, I am thinking of quitting like the YouTube part of my channel and page and stuff because I'm not doing any good on YouTube. I've tried a couple of times and I don't seem to get very far. So maybe it's time I stop trying. But even so, if he came on and wanted to like call in or go on my panel, I would not let that guy near my channel. His beliefs are way, way, way different to mine. So no, he wouldn't be allowed on here. But he is certainly giving the true crime community something to talk about. Must say that. The police department contacted him on Instagram and asked him to remove his YouTube videos, and he told them no. Oh, okay. How do you know that? Did he say that? What a tool he is. I probably shouldn't even say that, should I? You don't even know what's going to happen. Teachers Pet podcast brought out information that solved the case, so they're a positive to online content creators. Absolutely. I think like the Murder Sheet, which is a podcast, a really good one that I listen to, they at the moment have been breaking out with news about the Delphi case. So I'm not quite sure where they get their information from, but yeah, they seem to be getting it. So podcasters, YouTubers, and I mean, you've got to say that some of the YouTube or true crime content creators on here put out awesome videos and awesome stuff, you know, and it's with the intention of helping to solve a crime. So Jennifer Payne, a few people made videos about it and showed screenshots of the comments on his Instagram between him and the police department. Oh, goodness. And he said no. Why would the cops do it on an Instagram? That's a bit weird. I don't know how Instagram works because I don't have it. I've never had Instagram. I don't like taking photos of myself or looking at myself. Why would I want to like have a program or an app that I can just do that? No, thank you. Kaleidoscope. I like the lack of drama and censorship with podcasts. Absolutely. You don't get any bullshit with podcasts. That's for sure. But then the downside of podcasts is you can't see things, and I'm really visual. So when people talk about a car, I want to actually see the car, not just talk about a car, because it could be anything in my head. I find that quite hard. But in saying that, I do listen to podcasts when I go to sleep. Kaleidoscope, have you got a favorite podcast? I think if I had to pick, what is it called? The Vanished. If it was my pick of a podcast for true crime, I think that would be my favorite. Jennifer Payne, it was from the police department's main account to his Instagram because he's posting things on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram about it. Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't know what he's hoping to achieve. If he's hoping, he doesn't need money, obviously. So it's not that. Maybe he just wants clout, like a clout chaser. And that's another thing that's been pissing me off today. AWP, they have amazing work. And yeah, they've made a couple of mistakes, but they're not. Their profession, what they do is dive. They're not public speakers. They're not professional and public speakers. They made a couple of mistakes, but God, if it wasn't for these guys, Kylie Rodney will still be missing. And you know what? It could have been years before anyone found that car. So AWP deserve a pat on the back, and to see these people that are dissing them and disrespecting them, yeah, I'm not quite sure if it's, I don't know where he heads at. You know, Some chats in YouTube have made me so angry tonight. And I was thinking to myself, I've turned into that person that goes into a stream, disagrees with everything that's going on in the stream, has a completely different opinion and moans about it, but just still stays there, and then you tell them, oh, well, if you don't like it, fuck off and start your own channel. And then you don't do it, and you're that person, and you're like, oh, shit, I've turned into that person. Jennifer Payne, he thinks the police department and the family have a conspiracy going on. Supposedly it's all about money. They want money. What a load of bollocks. Kaleidoscope, there are many good ones. True Crime South Africa is amazing. I have not heard that one. CJ does Rainbow Crimes, True Crime. Oh, I haven't heard from that about those two, so that's awesome. Jennifer, he's claiming the families are after money and they're faking everything. From what I've seen, the family don't need money. They were going to give the reward fund back. I think I seen somewhere that they did. And I actually bloody think that the parents are grieving. They've just found where their daughter was. And accusing them of this sort of stuff is not okay. It's just not okay. I don't know why people think. In New Zealand, two things. I think maybe we're more private, I don't know. But in New Zealand, no one is expected to go on TV and talk about a crime. Not the victims, not the family. Usually, I think if someone wanted a story on the news, they would have to chase down a media outlet to cover it. And actually, so many people, same as you guys, I guess, say that they never had any media look at their cases at all. Jennifer, he's saying that yeah, I understand that he's saying that, but we don't want to make this about him. I mean, I don't want to keep going over the stuff and hashing the stuff that he said. We know he's a tool. He's a dickhead. But, we can certainly talk about the disrespect, I guess. Oh, I don't know. I mean, if he's not doing it for money, he must be doing it for clout. I mean, maybe speculation. See, here we go, speculation. He just wants to stir the pot a bit, I think, to be honest. And I guess he has stirred that pot. And unfortunately, all this fucking shit stirring that's going on, he's going to really ruin some great creators as well. I fear that's what might happen. I hope it doesn't. Yeah, but he seems like a house of cards that could just fall down. I don't know. He's a weird guy. And actually, I have never listened to his music at all. I didn't even know about him up until just over a week ago. So he ain't that important if I haven't heard about him. That's for sure. So, Jennifer, where are you living? Kaleidoscope, I don't remember where you're from either. I'm so bad with my memory. Oh, hey, Kiwi. Neither did I. What neither did you what? I'm so forgetful. I can say some shit and then forget 5 seconds later that I said it or what I was saying. It doesn't help me at work. It does not help me here. But it's funny. Kiwi, know that Ryan was a singer. Oh yeah, no, neither. Until I because I had a break from YouTube for a while, and then I came back and I went channel surfing and had a look around. Everybody was talking about this guy, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Who's this guy and what's he been doing? And I've been back on YouTube maybe just, like I say, over a week, and I have heard this dude's name. Every single chat every true crime chat I go into, they're talking about him. Really not interested in him. Kaleidoscope Canada. Awesome. I just briefly seen the news tonight about that stabbing, multiple stabbing in Canada. That's pretty horrible. Kaleidoscope, are you anywhere near Saskatchewan? Because I think that was where that stabbing was. Hi, if you're just coming in. Kiwi, where are you? North Island, South Island? Give us a hint. I am in the South Island. Don't we have original names for our islands? We have like the North Island and the South Island. We couldn't think of anything else. Oh my goodness, Kaleidoscope, just down the road. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're safe and you weren't around. From what I seen, it was Indigenous people too, which just makes it worse. Kiwi, you're a Jaffa. We call Auckland as Jaffas. Sabine, Wellington, nice to meet you. Kaleidoscope, you're in Saskatchewan. Oh my gosh. I just briefly heard it on the news. It's so bad. So bad. You know, we had the only mass casualty event, or actually two mass casualty events we've had here. That was the volcano that exploded and the mosque attack in Christchurch. Two awful things that happened. Pittsburgh, USA. I'm going to pretend I know where that is, Jennifer, but I really don't. I'll have to get a map of the US out to find out where you are. But welcome. Have you guys been looking at the teacher that has been abducted in Texas? Kaleidoscope, some businesses in town were on lockdown. I bet. Do you know if the crime scene's clear now, or have they shut it down? I don't even know what time it is where you are, if it's the middle of the night or not. For me, it is 7:47 p.m. So I'm not sure about you. But I'm so glad that you weren't around and you didn't get stabbed. Sounds awful. Unfortunately, it's everywhere. Even safe New Zealand's getting bad at the moment, you know. So anyway, did anyone see the teacher from Houston? She's a teacher and she's a billionaire heiress. Billionaire heiress. Anyway, she got this film of her getting abducted. Oh, this is just happening, Kiwi. I think it's like yesterday. There was CCTV footage of her getting abducted, and they have found her clothes that she was wearing, which was only just like some flimsy shorts and a sports bra. They found her water bottle and her phone. But also today they arrested somebody in interest, person of interest, or I think arrested someone that did it. Well, they think did it allegedly, but they haven't found her yet. So and the thing is, would have to get some articles up instead of me trying to just tell the story. But yeah, they haven't found her. When she got abducted, the CCTV. I can't even say CCTV. Hey, Chris, good to see you. So when she got abducted, she was put into a van, and the guy was doing something with her for 4 minutes in that van before it took off. So I hate to think what they were doing in that 4 minutes. But yeah, Kiwi terrible. At least they have a person of interest. It's just sad that they haven't found her body. They even they went to the person they arrested. They went to his brother's house and took the huge bin, like the huge waste bins that like you have at back of apartment buildings. They actually towed it away, obviously to look forensically at it. But crazy story. Kaleidoscope. I heard brief mention of her kidnapping, but bad things happened to me today, and I'm just trying to figure out my life. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Just hang here, have a chat. You'll be fine. But where is she? That's the thing. Where's she? She can't be that far. They didn't have that much time. Let's see if I can figure it out. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what to teacher abducted. They would probably just show it up perfectly. Abducted. Oh, here we go. Eliza Fletcher, that's her name. Hang on, I don't know. I'm getting something wrong here. I'm supposed to be Googling stuff. Do they think she's still alive? I don't think so. We don't know how much blood was in the van. They haven't released how much. But we'll listen to or we'll read some news so that I don't have to tell you from memory. So just give us a second. I'm learning how to do all the stuff again, all like the StreamYard stuff and all that. It's not always easy, that's for sure. Okay, let me see. Okay, hang on, guys. You're not supposed to see that. No. Well, I think I'm right. All right, you should be able to see this. Man charged in abduction of billionaire's granddaughter. Police say Eliza Fletcher was last seen early on Friday jogging in Memphis. She was forced into a dark-coloured SUV and remains missing, the police said. And look at her; she just exudes that all-American girl. She's blonde, she's pretty, she's a teacher. And she's going out for a jog. And I tell you what, there's been some talk today about whether she should be allowed to jog at 4 a.m, wearing what she was wearing. So I'm not quite sure what you think about that. A man has been charged in connection with the abduction of Eliza Fletcher, a Memphis teacher and granddaughter of a billionaire, but she remains missing, police said on Sunday. Miss Fletcher, 34, who also goes by Eliza, was last seen jogging near the University of Memphis campus at about 4:30 a.m. on Friday when she was forced into a dark-coloured SUV. Officers were dispatched at 7:45 after her husband reported she did not return home. Video surveillance showed that a person exited this SUV when Miss Fletcher went by, ran toward her and forced her into the passenger side of the vehicle. There appeared to be a struggle, court records said. Actually, this is great because this is an update that I actually haven't heard as well, so this is really good. Hey, Don Toast, it's not a very nice name, but no, thank you. I'm doing fine. Kaleidoscope, that sounds like victim shaming and blaming to me. Yes. Absolutely. I'm just going to get rid of that guy. I don't need to see his bullshit. Okay, where were we? The person detained, Cleotha Ebston, 38, was charged with especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering with evidence. The police said Mr. Ebston had been in the SUV used in the abduction. Another man, his brother Mario Ebston, 36, was also arrested but was not believed to be connected to the abduction. The police said he was charged with drug and weapon possession charges. A person who was biking in the area around 6:45 a.m. found Miss Fletcher's cell phone and gave it to her family, who turned it over to the police. The biker also found a pair of shoes, Champion slides, in the same area. And I think in New Zealand we call them scuffs. And I think in America they call them slides. They're like shoes that you slip your foot into. And you can like just scuff around. I don't even know how else to explain it. So I'm hoping you guys know what I mean. Oh, the shoes. This is interesting. The shoes were linked by DNA testing to Cleotha Ebston, and video evidence also showed him wearing the shoes. The authorities, relying on cell phone data, tracked Cleotha's phone to near where Miss Fletcher was forced into the SUV. What a dumb ass criminal this guy is. What a dumbass criminal. Court records said he declined to provide investigators with the location of the victim. That's really sad. I think, I mean, they've got to be realistic by this stage and know that it's unlikely that she's alive. But at least if they could get her remains back, they could give them some, I don't know, dignity, give her some dignity and help them, I don't like to say closure because I don't know if people ever get closure, but I'm not a victim, so I don't know. So I have to look over here while I'm reading this. Kaleidoscope of crime, we call them slides too. Yeah, I think we called them scuffs. They're ugly as shit. I used to wear them when I was a teenager. It is believed and supported by the facts and physical evidence that she suffered serious injury. Further, it is probable and apparent from witness statements that these injuries left evidence, for example, blood in the vehicle that the defendant cleaned. So, interesting here that about the blood, we're just not getting how much. Chantal Anthony, whose connection to Mr. Ebston is not clear, said she saw him cleaning the interior of the SUV with floor cleaner and that he was behaving oddly. Cleotha Ebston worked for a cleaning service. His employer confirmed to the police. He drives the SUV that was captured in the surveillance footage, the employer also said. So they've got here. Oh, that's such a nice thing to say. So they've got his DNA in the scuffs. They've got blood in the SUV. They have got the CCTV footage. I don't know. What else do they need? This guy was a dickhead. And it's like they've got everything. The ultimate control move. It's sick. It's insane. Cleotha Ebston was at the home of his brother Mario, who said his brother was acting very strange. He washed his clothes in the sink at the house, according to court records. He is scheduled to be arraigned on Tuesday. It was not immediately clear if he had a lawyer. Miss Fletcher's grandfather, oh goodness, Joseph Orgill III, was a billionaire who ran Orgill Inc., a Memphis-based hardware distributor. He died in 2018. Orgill is the nation's largest independent distributor in its field of hardware and home improvement. According to Forbes, it is the 143rd largest private company in the country with 2021 revenue of $3.2 billion. Do you have mods in here right now? No. Do you want to be one, Kaleidoscope? That would be great. I just don't know how to do it. Does anybody know? I think I can make it your mod on this one's. There you are, Closcape. Thank you. It is really sad. It is really sad, Kiwi. I hope that he comes through and at least tells where the remains are, because it's really sad. Now I've got to find back where I was. Oh, so you just seen what I did. Anyway, Ms. Fletcher is an heiress to the company's fortune. Orgill did not respond to a request for comment on Sunday. Yeah, well, no, they're probably trying to get their granddaughter/daughter back and grieving and freaking out. So why on earth would they want to comment? That's just my thing. In a video statement, family members said they had met with the police and shared all the information they knew. Miss Fletcher is a mother of two and a junior kindergarten teacher at St. Mary's Episcopal School in Memphis. Wow. So just knowing she is a junior kindergarten teacher is so sad. I mean, I don't know what age junior kindergartens are over there, but I can't imagine that they're going to be very old, and describing what's happening or why their teacher has gone away where she is might be hard to explain to children. We join our 2PC family as well as many others in the city of Memphis and beyond in praying for Liza's safety, and she will be found soon, said the church. We also pray for her husband, Richie, and her two sons. And you know what? Going back to the subject we were talking about before this, I even seen that on certain channels that were covering this, people were targeting the family again. The family did this press conference, and there was a few of them, 5 or 6 of them, and I think her husband was up there, and he was crying, and you could see him wiping the tears away. But there was people saying, "Oh my God, he's not crying. Oh my God, he's making it up." You know, what the who does that? Who does that? To people who have lost their loved ones, who have victims. Oh, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it, and it just drives me bananas. Absolutely bananas. Who does that to people or to families? It's like the respect's just lost. No one's empathetic. No one cares anymore. And it's like a fight club to make it anymore. I mean, now, what do you think? Do you think that it's too dangerous over in US or Canada or UK to go out at 4 a.m. for a run? Do you think it was her fault that she put herself out there at 4 a.m. in the morning, knowing that there were sad dickheads around that were going to abduct her? And is it just, a foregone conclusion that it's really safe, or really unsafe, I should say, there? So running at 4 a.m. is putting yourself in harm's way. I mean, I think I would like to think, actually, I would like to think that as women, we should be able to go anywhere we want. But realistically, 4 a.m. for a run with, sad to say, kaleidoscope of crime. Was it in a big city? Yeah, well, I think it was in Houston. Kelly, you just have to have a good awareness or change your route each day. Yeah, true that. True that. I think I did also read that. Oh, get off there. I think I read too. I can't even remember what I was going to say. Jogging in Memphis. And I've heard that Memphis is got a super high crime rate. I think it actually is like 4th in the country or something like that. So, look, guys, look what I see. This is what I see. Now you can see what I see. But then I have a StreamYard one that's different. So, yeah. Oh, look. Let me put that off, eh? You just have to have good awareness, yeah, Kiwi, and stay on main roads well lit. Well, I didn't know she went down by the university, so you would think it would be well lit down there. But Kiwi, I guess we're not like over in America or anything, are we? So, we're lucky to be in New Zealand. And we shouldn't, and we may get in trouble, but not like over there. Sabine says, I enjoy doing walks late at night, but I don't repeat my routes up. We say routes instead of routes, by the way. So, yeah. My routes often will do at consistent times, and I don't wear headphones. Shame those things feel necessary, and they're not enough for everybody. Oh, headphones, big thing. Like, there's nothing cooler than going for a walk or run. I don't run, I don't know how. And then putting your earphones in and just like chilling back to the music. But, even if you just put one in so that you can be aware of your surroundings and you can know if anyone's coming up behind you and you can hear cars coming up behind you and all that sort of thing. It just speaks for itself. If you're going to wear earplugs, just one earbud. And I think somewhere, because I did listen to a bit, this lady was a marathon runner. So she trained vigorously for that, and she was regularly jogging. I can't even say that word, regularly jogging. And I think she took the same route over and over again. So he only lived a mile or so away from her. It's not hard to think that he's seen her like go past his house, whether that comes out. Be interesting. Kaleidoscope. I don't walk after dark, but that's because I live in the country. Yeah, I don't think I walk in the dark in the middle of the country and nowhere, because there wouldn't be any lights. So bugger that. Although would I walk outside at 4 a.m. here? Yeah, actually, I think we'd be safe. And I'm not in Auckland. Let's just say that, because Auckland's a crime shithole and the rest of New Zealand. And it's catching up, but not there yet. Kiwi and carry some protection. Well, a lot of people were saying, yeah, go for a run, but you take some mace and your taser and that. We legally, we're not allowed any of that shit in New Zealand, so we can't do anything. But then apparently someone said, fly spray does the same thing, or hairspray or direct deodorant or something like that. But I've tried that shit on spiders before when I have run out of fly spray, because I have a big fear of spiders, and it doesn't do anything. Like, it stuns the spider for just like a few seconds, and then it's all right and it shakes it off and it's like coming to attack me again. So yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I'd have to do some tests or something. Kiwi says, we had a stabbing at the beach a few months ago. A nutter ran around chasing people. Oh my God. We do have cases of crime in New Zealand, and we do have shit go on. I mean, at the moment, I don't know if anyone's heard, but we've got the remains of children found in suitcases that were found when a family bought a storage locker, like one of those huge like container, like a storage container. So this family went, because obviously the bill hadn't been paid for so long, and they won this container and they went through it and they found children's remains in suitcases. That's creepy. Huge story here. Actually, I haven't heard anything in the last couple of days, but I think we just don't have, because of the population of 5 million, we just don't have the volume of crime that you guys have, I guess. Kiwi, yes, that's horrific too, just young children. I know, right? Kaleidoscope says, yeah, the guys who did stabbings here, some of their victims were totally random. Well, I mean, yeah, how can you prevent something from random happening? Like, how can you prepare for an act of randomness? I can't even think of the bloody word. You know, you just don't know what's going to happen. You live your life each day and do your thing, but yeah, you just don't know when something's going to mess with you and take you out. Kiwi said it's mostly gang related in Auckland. Yes, I know, and you can keep it. We don't want it. Auckland can have it. I definitely do not want it, and I've never been to Auckland either. Kaleidoscope says a dude came in the store I work at and said they showed up at his house looking for gas money and covered in blood. Oh my God, really? Oh my God. That's crazy. That's really, really crazy. You're so lucky, Kaleidoscope, that you didn't get hurt. Kiwi says, exactly, I was passing by the beach just after it happened to walk my dog. See, that's a bit close for comfort, I reckon, Kiwi. I wouldn't like to be... If I went to Auckland, I wouldn't go out like after once the street lights came on, I would be hauling ass back to wherever I was staying. I wouldn't want to stay in Auckland. It may be pretty, but when you're not from there, there seems like there is shootings every day and everywhere over the whole of Auckland. That's what it seems to me. I'm just trying to catch up on one of my streams. Kaleidoscope said they went opposite direction on the road. Thank goodness. Oh my, thank goodness. Kaleidoscope, you should be buying a lotto ticket. Everybody, the stabbings in Canada today was just down the street from Kaleidoscope of Crime. So we need to thank them for being here. Because Jesus, you know, if they went the other direction on the road, Kaleidoscope might not be with us. It's crazy shit. Sabine, we had a shooting at Courtney Place a couple of months ago. I didn't even hear about it before we went out for breakfast and had to step over blood on the sidewalk. Oh my God, that's awful, Sabine. Well, who cleans up after a crime scene? Like I've seen crime scene cleaners, which totally grossed me out, but that was from the US. I don't know who does it here. What was the message? I have to see what was deleted. I think that might have been an accident, Kiwi, because there was nothing wrong with that comment. Sabine says, I just read that one. You're in Wellington, aren't you? I know. It's crazy that you're a he, right, Kaleidoscope? I wouldn't like to step over blood. That doesn't sound nice. Somebody needs to clean that shit up. Funny enough, we came home and there was a crime scene cleaner parked in front of our apartment. Turned out to be coincidence. They were hired to do a deep clean weeks prior. Oh, God, that would have been freaking me the fuck out. Mm-hmm. If I had crime scene cleaners like outside my apartment, I'd be freaking. I probably would actually move. Yeah, you did, Kaleidoscope. That's all right. Lucky we love you, so that's okay. We forgive you. Forgiveness is a good thing. I am quite excited, I must say. It is obviously the 5th of September, and that means it is just turned springtime in New Zealand, which is awesome. I'm not a fan of summer, hate summer. Winter, not so much, but autumn and spring I really, really like. And we've got the baby lambs, that you guys think all are like covering our roadways over here. And we've got daffodils. Everything's looking really pretty. And hopefully it stops being too cold. There is such thing as too cold. Sabine says it was a surreal experience all the way around. I'm originally from Texas and had really gotten used to the comparative lack of violence here. I know what you mean, right? You feel everyone, when they think of New Zealand, the two things that I always get from people is one, they'll go, oh, New Zealand's so safe, or New Zealand's so beautiful. So that, and friendly. Those are, the three things that I hear about Kiwis. Friendly. And what was the two? Oh, that's okay, Kaleidoscope. I didn't notice. These things happen. That's all right. So, yeah, we're friendly. That's nice. We're safe. Yeah, are we in comparison to the US? Actually, in comparison to anywhere else, because we're only 5 million. So, really, we don't compare to many people or many countries, I should say. But yeah, we do get our fair share of crime. That's for sure. I have not heard any more about the children in the suitcases. It's been a couple of days, and it wasn't on the news tonight, but that's a real crazy story. You can imagine the poor family that bought this container for probably cheap as chips, thinking they've got a bargain, and they're going in and like, look, checking everything out. Look what I got. Oh no, this will be cool. Wonder what's in these suitcases, and then opening the suitcases and finding human remains, and not just human remains, but knowing that the human remains are so little that they had to be from children. I think that's a really awful thing, and that poor family that discovered that. I think that would give you nightmares for a little while. That's for sure. And do you know what my first thought would be? Because I would think to myself, there ain't no way in fucking hell these are actual human remains. I couldn't be that unlucky. So I'd be like, is this one of those rubbery ones that the doctor has? Or something like that. So, yeah, I'm glad it's not me. Kiwi, the father died, I heard 5 years ago. Yeah, I heard that too. And the mother is overseas in somewhere in Asia, I think was correct, Kiwi. I can't remember the details now, but I definitely know that the father died. So it sounds like the mum just killed them, however she killed them, or they died somehow. She put them in the suitcase, put them in the storage container, and just hightailed it out of New Zealand and back to where she came from, because the remains are of Asian descent, and the mother is in Asia. Kiwi says yes, but the last I heard, they haven't found the mum yet. Yes, that's right. They haven't found her yet, from what I've heard either. Do you think she'll be wanting to get found? She's probably running. I don't know. But I wouldn't want to be answering questions about that. It's a bit... oh, God, I just don't even know what to say about that. It's creepy. But it takes all sorts, and it even happens here in New Zealand. I mean, we can say we're safe in New Zealand, but you think about the mosque attack in Christchurch. Nobody was safe then. So New Zealand's not always as safe, that some people think it is. But I don't see it getting any better either. Kiwi says it's just so sad when this happens to innocent little children. I know when it happens to kids, it just puts an extra layer of ickiness on top of it. Like, and for me, being a creator, I find it really hard to make videos involving kids that have passed or that were murdered or just whatever. I just find that extremely hard. I mean, not only do you have to think about, I hope, I'm making a video that's compassionate for the family. I think about that anyway. But then when there's a child involved, then the pressure I feel like is extra to be respectful to the child victim and the families. I find it more pressure to get the details right and everything right. I would hate to offend the family of a child victim. If I thought that I had done that, I would just probably step out of true crime right away, I think. Yeah. Kaleidoscope says, I used to feel safe here being in the country, but that has changed. So, Kaleidoscope, what's your nearest big city or town? And how many people does it have? If you know, be interesting. I'm in Christchurch. I think we have a couple of 100,000 people here. I should know in my own city, but I really don't. And Christchurch is in the South Island, if you don't know, and it's the second biggest city in New Zealand after Auckland. It sucks when you don't feel safe anymore. It really sucks. But if you guys want to read any articles about the children in the suitcase case, let me know. I can look it up and we can go through it. But yeah, it hurts covering children's cases. I try to stay away sometimes. Misty NZ, evening New Zealand Mysteries, just seen you live. Haven't been here for a while. I hope everyone is well. Good to see you, Misty. Thanks for coming. I just went on tonight, Misty, because it's just getting shitty. It's getting shitty on YouTube. The true crime drama and the disrespect going on to grieving families, just everything. Got me so angry. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go and I'm going to do my own live where I can moan as much as I like. Kaleidoscope says out here cities are very small. Closest is Melfort, which is only 6,000. Should we have a look where Melfort is, guys? Melfort. Okay, I'll share the screen in a minute when I find it. Apps. Share screen. Okay. Thanks for coming back, Misty. Melfort in Saskatchewan, Canada. By the way, it's clear and 19 degrees today at 2:23 a.m. Oh my God, Kaleidoscope, it's 2:23 a.m. You should be in bed by now. So, Melfort, you said, which is only 6,000. Very small place, Kaleidoscope. And look at it. You're right in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely middle of nowhere. Wow. Crazy. Misty and said, I have been following Kylie. Yes, same, so have I. And I've had to back away. I can't understand a lot of the stuff. Thought Summer Wells was bad enough. Oh my God, Misty, I was just saying earlier on, it feels like the Summer Wells case all over again with the rabbit holes. You're right, twists and turns and rabbit holes, and also the jumping to conclusions of the family being involved in some conspiracy or something. Like, it was really tough for me when Summer Wells' story blew up and every single channel was covering it all the time, 24/7, just about. It was covering it all. I go in and I just say, I am not going to call the Wells parents murderers or accuse them of murdering or doing anything to Summer. I don't have any evidence. And as far as I'm concerned, they're a grieving family. Let's treat them that way. And I got so much pushback and so much fucking bullying happened because I had that opinion. It's happening again. People are going at the family again. And I'm the one going, well, you guys saying, stop. Leave these families alone. They're fucking grieving. Oh my God. Anyway, Kaleidoscope. I can't figure out how Melfort is a city, but it is. Yeah, well, it's a very bloody small one. It's not many people. I don't even know. It's not a city. Not a city. I'll show you where we are. Where I am. Christchurch. We'll see. So that sticky out bit, see that sticky out bit? Oh no, you can't see it if I'm not showing you camera. Maybe now you can see the sticky out bit down here. See, this is the North Island, and there's silly old Auckland, and the South Island with Christchurch, the big dot. I should be asleep because I have to work, but after everything that happened today, I can't sleep. Oh, Kaleidoscope, I bet you can't. What a huge day. I can't even imagine what you're going through. Misty NZ, I was new to following missing people thanks to lockdowns. I was here while you were also discussing Summer. The bullying, exploiting, and conspiracies is too much for me. Yes, and it feels like it's happening again. Like the true crime genre has attached this one case and they're running. You get your few little channels in between that are serious about true crime and that like will cover other cases, but 90% of them will grab onto that one and then they will go over and over and over and over the details of the case, looking at a piece of tree bark for like 10 hours to try and see like whether it shits left or shits right. It blows my mind. And the conspiracies that come out, it blows my mind. Sometimes you've like sort of got to say, I'm going to laugh about this shit because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Kiwi, the South Island is beautiful. Hey, Auckland is not that bad. I know, I'm just giving you shit, Kiwi, because that's what we do to Aucklanders. It's the way we are here in New Zealand. But I love you all. Yeah. And, hopefully this won't turn out like Summer's case. I mean, we've had no movement on Summer's case. We've got nothing new. And it is fading like cases normally do. They have their run and then other cases come and they sort of take over and people move on to the next case. But I mean, the drama that went on with the exploitation of Summer or Summer's, well, Summer, yeah, exploitation of Summer and her family, the exploitation was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. That's probably one of the reasons I left YouTube for a year. I found that the drama was just too much and I couldn't go live on chat and worry about another creator coming in my chat and telling me that I'm wrong because I say innocent till proven guilty about Donna and Candice, right? Don't like them, don't think they're good parents, but we've got no facts or evidence to say that they did anything to Summer right now. Kaleidoscope says, I'm starting collab with lighting the way for the missing. Hopefully we don't get the drama with that. Lighting the way for the missing. Is that a YouTube or is it a podcast? Kaleidoscope, we want to like and share. And Misty says, one thing that has made me question things is why is there such a lack in NZ for coverage of missing people, media and police, especially with what coverage you see overseas? That's because, as I well know when I make my videos about New Zealand cases, which please go through my channel and find the videos I do. And actually something's really, really funny is when I first started doing videos, I was so concerned about like and being anxious about being on camera that I like wore sunglasses and wigs when I first started. And if you go back and watch, it's extremely funny. Yes, she is on a YouTube. Oh, I'll have a look. Lighting the way from the missing. Oh fuck, what am I I don't even know what I'm typing into. Let's see. Lighting the way for the missing. Have I got it right? Kaleidoscope? You better be back, girl. Kiwi. Share. Lighting the way for the missing. Have I got it wrong? And I hate to say, but I've forgotten what MMIWG is. I know it's like a couple of them in the middle, but I forgot what the one on the end is, which is really bad. I agree, Misty. That struck me as odd. This is such a small country. Everyone seems to be 3 social circles apart, and yet this massive social resource isn't being well used for missing persons. Absolutely agree. Misty says, I am the one that's been following you since Avocado Man, missing man, Mr. Horn. Thank you, Misty. So, I mean, we've talked about this before. I guess in New Zealand, we've got a lack of media outlets. We've got online now because everything's online. So we've got the NZ Herald, which can be questionable. We've got stuff.co.nz, which is stuff is just a stupid name. And then we've got like Channel 1 and TV3 that do news. And unless you're a little outlet or like little local paper or something like that, then that's it. We have to rely on them to get us the stories. And sometimes there's only 1 or 2 articles in New Zealand, and you've just got to make something out of nothing. I forgot the murdered bit. Yeah, missing murdered Indigenous women and girls is amazing. That like I've listened to quite a few podcasts and YouTube channels that cover that, so it's really nice. Misty NZ, yes, Sabrina, you think we would solve more missing and crime? So Kaleidoscope, please tell me if I share this again. I'm trying to look for what you were saying before, but I can't find it. So I'm pretty sure you said lighting the way for the missing. And I put that in and oh, do you mean lighting the way home for the vanished? Yay! All right, I am subscribed. Is there any other ones I should subscribe to, Kaleidoscope? I like supporting little channels. You know? I think there should be a lot more of creators supporting each other. It's like a dog eat dog world here on YouTube. You've got to fight to be the best creator, and I don't know why more people just can't collaborate. Yeah, it just turns into a circus, doesn't it? Did that go in a link? What did? Kiwi, my favorite is Grizzly True Crime. Grizzly True Crime. That's a new one I haven't seen. Grizzly. Oh, I think I've been there once. Grizzly True Crime. Okay, so I haven't subscribed, but I have now.
Okay, so today we are going to be looking at a missing persons
That's right.
area.
She's got an accent. I love her accent.
Feared abducted. So there's an update now. After disappearing following the camp.
She looks good. I'm going to have to binge watch some of her watch. Oh, look, I have watched one of hers. It's Red. So I have watched her. Wonder why I didn't like her. I'll have to have another go. Where's her accent from? Do you know, guys? I don't know where her accent's from. She's South African. Oh, got ya. That's not a bad accent. Well, I'm subscribed. I'll give her a like notification too. Oh, Kaleidoscope, you just found Grizzly. Aaron Mills is also good and very engaging. Mr. NZ, I've never even heard of this guy. Aaron Mills. I don't think it's Aaron Mills. The Funk Jam session. Misty NZ. She is South African living in Netherlands. Cool. Kaleidoscope, but I need to slow down my content consumption so I can focus on creation. Very nice. Moles. Well, that'll be why I haven't found him. Aaron Moles? Or Aaron Mole? Oh, Aaron Mole. I found him. Gives a look. So I'll be working tomorrow at 11 a.m. So I won't be able to see that. Okay, so he's got covered Kylie Rodney like everybody else. And he's done the summer one. He looks all right. I'll subscribe and then, listen to a couple. We'll see what you think. I like finding new creators. If I put my subscriptions on, I don't know about you. I seen this channel tonight. It's a Crime and Shame. Never tried them before. I went in and I like to be able to chat while I'm watching. And I think you had to be a subscriber for 3 hours before you could go into the chat. And I couldn't be bothered waiting for 3 hours, so I left and went somewhere else. Mr. says both Grizzly and Aaron do maps. Very helpful. I like it when people add maps. So I'll definitely give them a shot. Zev Girl, she really, she's so nice. And I think sometimes people take advantage of Zev Girl because she's really, really lovely. And she's like really, really nice and just doesn't want to hurt anyone's feeling and doesn't want to tell anybody off, I think. And yeah, but I think Zev Girl is really, really nice. Alleged with Brittany J. This is a new one that I haven't seen yet, so I'll be looking forward to giving them a go as well. Jolly Vision, I'm actually going to unsubscribe. I don't even know why. I'm sub to them. I'm not going to say anything about them. Just going to say just not my show. But I've got This is Monsters. Lighting the Way Home for the Vanish. Kate Does Crime. Now that's a new one that I went to see today actually, and they were a beautiful bunch of ladies in there. The allegedly with Brittany must be friends because they were in the same live. Yeah, so it was really neat. They had a great channel. The Expert's another one that I've just found in the last week, and I really liked their chat. It was one of those really respectful chats where like just discuss a case but do it respectfully. So that one and the Kate Does Crime both had chats like that. It was really, really nice. Kiwi says, yes, Misty, Gazella does a great nap time. I've been with her for a year now. I'll be good because I like finding new channels to watch. Hello, baby. What's up? Hey. Oh, you know what else I did while I was away for that year? I got myself a cat. I don't know whose bloody idea it was, but now he has a bed on the desk, and he has a bed on my bed, and he has a bed over there at my craft desk, and he has a bed at the lounge because I kind of spoil him rotten. I love my Ronnie, even when he stares at me and I don't know what he's talking about. Do you guys watch TV as well, or do you spend your whole life on YouTube like me? I find I watch the 6 o'clock news like for the first 10 minutes to see if anything. Okay, I have to just go off camera to let my cat out. Sorry, when the cat's got to go out, the cat's got to go out. I was hoping he was going to come up and introduce himself, but he decided that he needed to be outside. Kaleidoscope, 3 cats. Kiwi, oh nice, I love cats. You'll love Gazella. She posts her cat often. Oh, nice. Yes, I'm sure there's going to be a time when I am live streaming and my cat will come and introduce himself to us all. Kaleidoscope, my one cat, Lucky, likes to show his butt on camera. Cats are weird like that, aren't they? You know, like I pat my cat and like his bum goes like that as you pat him, like that, if that makes sense. I'm not probably showing it as well as I should, but you know what I mean. Kiwi, I never watch TV anymore, mainly just YouTube. It seems to consume me. It can consume you. So be really careful that you keep in touch with the outside world because you can get lost in these YouTube streets and never come out, or be a different person when you come out. Misty, I'm also a follower of the Interview Room, Judy Ron, and Police Off the Cuff for Police Perspective, also Peter Hyatt, and the other guy who studies writing, forgot his name. Interesting. I don't watch much TV anymore either. Sorry, I was just saying before, I like a little bit of the news to see what's going on. But yeah, YouTube really consumes me a lot again since I've been back. Mr. TNZ, not a fan of the Interview Room. I subscribed to Judy Ron today because I did go in there in a live, and with all the drama and batshit craziness that was going in the drama area, he was like based on facts and evidence, and you could have decent conversations with the people in his chat, and he made things make sense going along with the evidence and stuff like that. So I subbed to him today. Actually, I found his content quite interesting. Kiwi's just laughing. I don't know what you're laughing about. Peter Hyatt. I don't know who that is. The Mob Crew. All right, let's go have a look at a couple of these. So what are we looking at for? Not Lucky's butt. Where are we? Judy Ron. Police Off the Cuff. Peter Hyatt. Peter Hyatt. Should we try that name? I've never heard of that one before. And try and remember who the dude is with the handwriting. How can we look up the dude with the handwriting? Oh, who studies the writing? Oh, yeah. Let's see about this guy, eh? Oh, my God. I've never even heard of him before. Oh, okay. So he's got 29,000. So he's got quite a few subscribers there. Oh, wow. He looks interesting. Ooh, I seen what's there. Hate what. Definitely subscribe. Oh, I nearly unsubscribed. The Mob Crew. Hey, Miss Enigma, welcome back. I lost interest in the Mob Crew. Who are they? The Mob. Isn't it weird that you think that you're on top of all the YouTube channels out there, like you've got a good understanding of which ones belong to which posse, and you've got good coverage, and then someone tells you like, oh look, there's one called the Mob Crew, and I've got like 35,000 subscribers, and I didn't even know their name, didn't even know they existed. You know what I mean? Who is on the screen? It is, sorry, before it was Peter Hyatt, but now we're looking at the Mob Crew. Murder mystery to the paranormal, live streams, uploads, and more weekly. Ooh. Wasn't it cool when Brendan Lawson's remains were found? Wow, they've got some good coverage too by the looks of it. I've got work for the next few days, guys. How am I going to like sneak all these in to try and see them? What a bugger. Yes, I'd really like to have a couple of days off to listen and watch all these now. Miss Enigma, 10 to Life is awesome. The Lab, I'm not a fan of The Lab, and I'm not a fan of Scott H. But we all have our likes and dislikes, right? You know, everyone can like what they like and dislike what they like, and we just need to be respectful about it. I mean, not everyone's going to like every creator, right? Because everybody's different. So, yeah. Miss D, just checked my subscription and subscriptions. The other guy is Truth to Lies. Truth to Lies. This one here. So quite a small channel. Interesting. I'll subscribe anyway, and I'll definitely watch one or two and see what I think. Miss Enigma. See, yeah, not into creator bashing, but Doug. Oh yeah, no, no thanks. I mean, no thanks. I'm not a fan of his, and I'm not a fan of the Lab because they are always together. And I don't just like them because they're together. I just don't agree with some of their tactics and some of the things they say. But that's not to say someone else might like that stuff, you know. Miss Enigma, Christina Randall is good. She's pre-recorded like 10 to Life. I really like Christina Randall. I have subbed to her. Miss DNZ, he is new and began from Somerville, Wales. He teaches the police force. Oh, this is interesting. That'll be really interesting. So I'm like, he's obviously got analysing Brian Laundrie's final confession and Don Wells' letter, is it to Summer? So that will be really interesting to watch. I actually haven't seen much about that letter. I've been away, like I say. And I purposely stopped watching the Summer Wells case for a while. I needed to get it out of my head. So I didn't catch up with a lot of it. But that's very interesting. I definitely will watch him. Doug Live is more of a fun drive around now. Do you know what I find, Kiwi? Do you want to know what I find? Being a creator and signing in with my YouTube account, which is my fault, I guess, because I could come in on a personal account, couldn't I, and just pretend someone else. But I feel like people judge you for the streams that you watch or engage with, And I think if you've got integrity and like you stand for things and you say no to this and yes to this, well, then you've got to back it up when you go into other channels as well. You can't just say I prefer facts. I'm not I don't know. I'm not a drama queen as when it comes to cases, but then you can look at some of the people that I sub to and see me in their channels, and you'll be thinking, oh, really? Is she like she said she was? I don't know. I find it hard. I find there's extra pressure, but I'm only a small channel, very small. So I guess it's not a big deal. Miss Enigma, I like the lab because Josh adds humour to the sad stuff, so it makes it easier. I definitely think a little humour is needed because you work in this shit all the time, you'd be sad all day. I've seen creators be attacked for who they follow. Absolutely, it's crazy. I've seen that too. Sad but true. Sad but true. It happened, like I said, with the Summer Wells case, because I wouldn't get on the bandwagon of all the creators like hating the parents and Don's this and he did this when years ago, so he must have hurt Summer and it has to be the parents. Oh my God. And I was just like, no, there's no evidence. You can't just go around accusing parents of doing something to the kids with no evidence. I don't understand. And then, we're hearing the same sort of shit now with the Kylie Rodney case. Leave the parents alone. I don't understand you people. Misty NZ, the lab started out good, but he got caught up with the other channels and has been trying to bring himself back. I unsubbed after he got involved with no thanks. I'll take another look at the lab. I mean, I haven't listened to him for a year while I was away, so I could definitely look back into him. I don't know. I just some channels I have opinions on, and some channels I like, and some I don't. But I definitely don't want to tell. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Right. If I tell you guys, because I'm a creator, and I say that Mickey Mouse was dead back in 1915, he was actually real. Are you going to actually believe that? Because I'm a creator and I said that it was true, and then go off into YouTube land and spread that bullshit far and wide because the creator that you like said it to you, so it must be gospel? Hell the fuck no. But it happens. I've seen it happen. It happens. Miss Enigma, I think people will grab anything to attack a creator, so you do have to be careful. Yeah, I do. Misty, the reality is that accusing parents happens here too. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does too. And I mean, I get it because in percentages, if something happens to children, it's more likely to be the parents, or someone close to the child. I understand that. But at the same time, if there's no evidence to suggest, then we shouldn't, in the public, jump on the bandwagon. But then again, where's that line between speculation and discussion? We're all in true crime. We're interested in true crime, and we discuss cases. So do shitloads of other YouTube channels and the news and documentary filmmakers. Everybody, we all talk about cases. We all discuss them. And so to some extent, we all speculate in the cases as well. Where do we cross that line into respectfully discussing a case and speculating, making rumors, guessing? Kiwi, yes, poor Doug was attacked and died for 36 minutes. He's lucky to be alive. Oh, that's terrible. Miss Enigma, I don't think he connects with no thanks, just with Chris McDonough. I'm not a fan of Chris McDonough, just because it must have been over a year ago when he attacked that person on Twitter thinking it was Brian Laundrie. That's all. I don't know. That's all I want to say. A lot of people really like him. And he, from what I know, has got a lot of followers. So he's very, very well liked. But not for me. Miss Enigma, no harm in speculation, but when people push it as fake, and yes, rumors, these are real people's lives. They are real people's lives. Absolutely, they are. Miss Enigma, I can tell by that noise. Haha, you don't like Chris. I wasn't around back then, but heard of it. Oh, fact. So let me read it again with your word. Oh, no harm in speculation, but when people push it as fact and yes, rumors. Kaleidoscope says it's human nature to speculate, but it should be done responsibly and respectfully. Absolutely, Kaleidoscope. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. And it's just, I'm glad, like the last few days, and Paul Zavgill tonight, for example, she had like at one stage nearly 4,000 people in her chat, or in her room, and her chat was flying. It was fucking flying. There was no way you could read anything. There was no way you could respond to anybody. It was just off the charts. And like, I'm so glad that I can only have a few people and can actually talk with you, read your comments and reply to them. Because if I was to get big, which I think I've passed that, we'll pass the opportunity if there was one. Yes. Kiwi, I have just found Profiling Evil. I've only watched one, but he seemed very good. All right, let's have a look at this one. Profiling Evil. I wonder if that Profiling Evil has a podcast, because it sounds familiar to me. Why did that not go in there? Where did I just type it in? I don't know. Profiling Evil. Ooh, so they're 118,000 subscribers. Oh, right. Criminal profiling. Oh, very interesting. He's got 32-minute case. We'll have a quick look, okay? We can do just a real quick look.
We had an idea for a new segment here, Profiling Evil, called Return to the Classroom. And I reached out to my friends over at Adventures with Purpose and asked them if they wanted to pitch in a hand and kick this thing off tonight.
Oh my God, Adventures with Purpose. We haven't even talked about those amazing guys. And oh my God, what are they doing with this guy at Profiling Evil?
Mike, for everything that you bring to the table, your knowledge, your experience, and law enforcement, the wisdom that you've encompassed over decades in the industry is really a valuable tool for anybody who watches what you bring to the table.
Get on with it. What are you going to do?
And sharing our cases and what we do, and helping us break them down, investigate them.
Okay, so I'll stop it there because I don't want to get copywritten strike. But from what I can gather, they're going to join forces, and the Profiling Evil dude is going to look into some of the AWP's cases. Is that what I got from that? I'll have to someone go and tell me. I don't want to look at too much because I'm scared I'll get copyright. Misty N said, I feel for Chris. He deals with cold cases just as Adventures with Purpose does, because they both got involved in an active case. They were targets. Chris did have a group targeting. Yeah. Okay. I'll agree with that, Misty, because that's not nice. So I'll definitely agree with that. That was the one you watched, Kiwi. So can you fill us in what the AWP is going to be doing with Profiling Evil? What sort of collab they're doing? Because it sounds really amazing. Kaleidoscope says AWP works with Profiling Evil. Mike investigates and they search. Oh, I didn't know that. So they are already like collabing together. They have been for a while, like. That's pretty cool. Adventures with Purpose. Oh, I feel so sorry that they've... Who... I can't... See, I don't even know the words. I can't even say the words. Not just because I'm uneducated, but because I don't know what words there are to bash a team of men who come out with no cost to help find missing loved ones. It's insane. Kiwi, sorry, we just had the loudest thunder. Well, I didn't. Pass some this way. We don't get thunderstorms down here that much. Kiwi. Want some more. Misty says, I've been with Adventures with Purpose before they found their first body. They are doing God's work because they found Kylie. AWP is going on panels that are covering their video of Kylie. Yeah, I've seen them quite a few times. I mean, God, I'd love to have them on my channel. Imagine that. I've seen AWP on a few channels and a few panels going over their Kylie video, which is just sad as hell. Sad as hell, that video. But amazing. Absolutely amazing. Kiwi, oh, I don't know what I asked you now. I forgot. See, it's late. It's 9 o'clock. I should be in bed. Misty, they are trying to prevent misinformation about their involvement finding Kylie. Well, they shouldn't bloody have to, but with what's happened, I guess they don't have a chance, yeah? As sad as that is. And do you know why? It's the big bad YouTube streets that have done it. You know, YouTube has a good and a bad side, so obviously they've been able to get their message out there. This is Adventures with Purpose. YouTube has provided them a platform to get out to people, provided a platform to get donations to make sure that they can do the work they have. And then on the other hand, fuck assholes that are on YouTube have done this. And I'm a big fan of the cursey words. Can I ask again your theory on the Kylie's case? I'm 75% that it was an accident, but there's still a couple of things that just make me go, you know, things that make you go, So there is a couple of things that make me go, in the channels that I've watched, they say that she wouldn't be able to fit through the back seat, you know, at the top of the back seat into the trunk area, where I reckon she was skinny enough to do that. So that's the first thing. I don't know. It's real tough. Everyone says, why is she in the trunk if she was trying to get out? Because that's maybe what I thought. She was trying to get out, but then she went past an open window. So that makes me go, because that would be like, why, Chicky, didn't you go out the window? We don't know. We don't know what her state of mind was in the dark. Upside down, remember? I mean, you know, if she wanted to get over the seats, she had to sort of go under the seats to get over twice to get into the back. But I think it's doable. Misty, lady proved on Zav that she could go to the back with ease. Absolutely. I think there's more than enough room for her to get over there. I'm wondering if she got... See, this is speculation. Here we go. I'm wondering if she got from the first seat and she got under into the back seat. And that's where that rushing water would have come from the open window. And I wonder if she couldn't get out the open window because of the water rushing in. So she thought, oh, fuck that. I'm going to go into the back and use that latch to get out. But she ran out of air. That's what I'm thinking. As Enigma says, I'm thinking it was ouch black and she couldn't see anything. So she was either hungover, still half pissed, still high if they'd done drugs. We don't know whether they did drugs or just alcohol that weekend. We don't know if she was in distress. Yeah, there's so many things we don't know. It's just hard. And I think speculation goes rife when we don't know the answers, and that's when speculation starts happening. Well, thank you so much. It's good to see you. Yeah, back in business, baby. Well, I don't know. I'm back tonight anyway. Miss Enigma, but that lady did it in an upright car in daylight. That's very right. If it was an accident, I think maybe she floated back there. Yeah. So she did it in upright car in daylight. If it was an accident, I think maybe she floated back there. But she couldn't float back there, Miss Enigma, because she was upside down, and you don't float down. So if you're going to float, you would have to go up. But then because you're upside down, there would be seats there. Kiwi, I wonder if the key was in the ignition. AWP said it looks suspicious and they've seen a lot. I have not heard anything about a key yet. Yeah, that AWP guy, he looked really shocked when he came out of the water. It's all right, Enigma. A lot of cases, yeah, they have, and they do know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the autopsy says. Kaleidoscope. Oh, no, sorry, Will, been keeping up with Chad and Laurie Daybell. Yes, I did watch her a little bit in court last week, and I know the trial is in January, so I'm hoping it's televised because I will be watching a lot of that. It's going to be an interesting ride, I tell you. Kaleidoscope says, I really think we act unpredictably when we are under influence and panicking as one would in that situation. I agree. I think she was either hungover or under influence or in distress or all three or anything. And then panicking, knowing you have to take a last breath and hold it for as long as you can. Oh, God, I don't even want to think about it. It's hard to be patient and wait for the answers. It is. And I think from what I've noticed that the true crime drama genre, YouTube stuff, they'll hold on to cases where there is less facts because that way there's more room for speculation and to make shit up, I think. Because in Summer's case, the police aren't saying anything. The Delphi case, the police aren't saying anything. This case, so far, the police aren't saying anything. All those three cases have in common is the police are not saying shit. And because they're not doing that and they're not squashing any rumours that come up or whatever, they're just leaving it rife for people to speculate. Whether this is planned and they want to see what some suspects are doing on social media or in real life or whatever, who knows? They could have a plan. They could do. But I don't know. Musty says the car was not flat on ground, front was downwards, so it was on tilt. Yeah, that's right. I agree. So if it was like that, so that would be nose down, right? Got to think about this. But it's upside down, so you'd still have to climb under the seats, but just on an angle, just as bad. Miss Enigma, I mean later after she passed. I just can't remember what the last message was. Kiwi, it will be very interesting to find out who was in the AAA video footage. Yes, which, of course, the police have got that. They would have already got that. Miss Enigma, damn girl, sort your typing out tonight. Kidding. So it's going to be interesting. Now, one thing I was thinking about is for public safety reasons in America, I heard that if there is someone out there that is a danger to society, which is unsafe for the public, then the police must notify the public. So, good night, Miss Enigma. Thank you so much for hanging out. Very quickly, and I'll let you all go. Oh, I can't forget. I forget what I was saying now. Kaleidoscope, please take care of yourself. Miss Enigma, thank you. Oh, Miss Enigma, I mean, her body could have moved after she passed. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I guess it could because... well, no, because it floats, doesn't it? If it's a dead body would float, so it would be up, not down. No? All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night as well. It's 9 p.m. Unless anyone has got something new to talk about. I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. It'll be interesting when the autopsy comes out. I can't wait for that. If it was an accident, I think there would be a car accident report done about it, which may be public knowledge. So we just have to wait. Oh, Miss Enigma, you were saying goodnight. Oh, well, then I'll keep going then. Miss Enigma, I thought like Kaleidoscope was leaving and Miss Enigma was leaving, and I'm like, I'll just talk to me and Kiwi. It will be the only two here. Well, we can stay, but all I know about bodies, obviously, is they fill up, they bloat up, don't they? Thanks, Kiwi. I'm glad you found my channel too. You can stay if you want. I mean, if Missy's going to stay and Miss Enigma's going to stay, there's 9 people it says watching. So if those other people watching are interested in watching me waffle, we can waffle a bit more. Misty says FBI is resources because the cross-state lines. Right. So, but tell me, even though it's cross-state lines, does the FBI have to be invited by the police department that's handling the case, or just automatic because it's a cross-state line, FBI have to be involved? Because I'd like to know the difference with that. I'm so glad you'll be with me, Kiwis, on this, that our little New Zealand has one police force, just one. Even though it's not good sometimes, it's all we've got, but we don't have that worry with jurisdiction issues. I've read so many cases about a case happening and families getting no help from the police because this county will give it to this county and that county will say, no, you guys have it, and so forth. And then it ends up that victims are forgotten. So I'm quite glad in a way. Definitely we have one police force across the whole of New Zealand. If someone knows that about the FBI, it would be quite interesting. Have you lot been watching Chad and Laurie Daybell? Are you going to be watching the trial if it's televised? Kiwi, yeah, we're very lucky. We don't know how lucky we are, I think, sometimes. That's for sure. Especially when we're bombarded with stuff coming out of America and across the rest of the world, all the shootings and stabbings. And, I mean, we get them here, but, in parallel, fuck all compared to them. So I guess on the big scheme of things, we are lucky. But if you watch in some of my videos on my cold cases, lots of times the police don't show up where they should, and they are dropping the ball big time on a lot of cases, and it's very sad. So I guess it doesn't matter how small or how big you are as a country, the police still drop the ball sometimes. But, you know. Are you all from New Zealand? I think Kiwi's in Auckland. Misty is in Wellington. And that's all I can remember. Yeah, I mean, we can end it when you're finished. My understanding is the two counties, Prosser and Nevada, but Reno is across the state line, and maybe the road assistance guy may have something to do with it. Plus, they began with possible abduction. I must see you're in Invercargill. What did I say? You're in Wellington. Hi, Mandy. Welcome. So, Misty, I'm just going to read that again. My understanding is the two counties, Prosser and Nevada, but Reno is across the state line, and maybe the road guy assistance guy may have something to do with. What makes you say the road assistance guy had something to do with it? From what I could tell, he was just like an innocent bystander. It just so happened that he was called out there, and he went to the police before he called Adventures with Purpose. But yeah, let me know, what do you think that he has been up to, if that's what you think. Miss Enigma, welcome back. Because I mean, if we treat witnesses like road assistance guy, right? For example, if we treat witnesses like some people are on YouTube, because they're speculating about the road assistance guy, they keep calling him tow truck driver, which fucks me off because he's not a tow truck driver, he's a road assistance guy. Anywho, if we keep treating witnesses like that, we're not going to get witnesses coming forward because they're going to be too scared what will happen. And if they're going to get jumped on from the YouTube. Misty said the location where he seen the car was Reno. Right. Got you. Kiwi, gosh, anything is possible right now, although I heard his video footage is legit. Yeah, I heard his, well, I don't know if his video footage is legit, but I sure know that he is bound to have a dash cam on his work vehicle, and the police would already have it, and they would have already gone through it. So they would know who was on or who was with Kylie that night, and if it indeed was Kylie, that he went out to help, because we just don't know. Misty and said the two counties would have lacked resources, hence FBI also. Right. But the question was, do the FBI just immediately come in? Can they just come in to give their resources if it's over state lines, or do they still have to wait for local law enforcement to invite them to come in to use their resources? So that would be nice to know. Miss Enigma, I was saying earlier I was on the cruise ship just before the route, so got to see your beautiful country. I know, I remember. No, I don't. In fact, don't ask me to remember anything, because I'm no good at it. Miss Enigma, I don't think the roadside assistance guy had anything to do with it. That's all right. I don't think he did too. I think he was upfront as well. TJ, look, it's Pam Smith. Hi, Pam. So good to see you. I haven't seen you for like a year, honey. Thank you so much for being here. Yay. Misty NZ, I think by memory they were invited. It was about a week later Nevada was involved. Right. So, yeah, I pretty much thought that was the case, that the FBI has to get invited by the local law enforcement. It has been a while, Pam. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while. See, like Pam, you just put me off. I just don't even know what I was saying. I feel sorry for the road assistance guy, because at least AWP would have had an idea what the wild YouTube streets are like, but I don't think the road assistance guy knew anything about YouTube, and he, the poor thing, yeah, that would be awful for him to see the backlash he's getting when all he was trying to do was help. You're so sorry. You don't have to be sorry, Pam, about anything, darling. You've got nothing to feel sorry about, my dear. Yeah, you should have been in earlier, Pam. We had some trolls in here. Trolls mean you made it. That's what I reckon. That's what I tell myself anyway. I don't think it's totally true, but, you know. So, I didn't know, you didn't know I was back? Well, I'm not, well, I am, I'm back. This is my first live stream anyway in over a year. So, I guess I'm back tonight. I don't know about tomorrow night or the night after, but tonight I'm here. Misty says, I gathered there is confusion between FBI investigation and resources, but sounds like it is resources. Coffin Doff was on Judy Ron explaining. Yeah, I think I said, I was just telling you, I've seen Judy Ron for the first time, and I think that's the same one you're talking about. And the FBI agent Coffin Doff was talking about it. Yeah, which was good information about the FBI. Miss Enigma, based on Dylan Rounds, seems you have to be invited. I repeated myself to compliment everyone else on your beautiful country. Oh, thanks, Miss Enigma. But we know our country is beautiful. Yeah, the Dylan Rounds case, I haven't actually been keeping up with that. I guess he still hasn't been found. That was an odd case. I don't know. Without answers, all cases are odd. Do you guys have a preference of unsolved cases or solved cases? I wonder why we go to the cold cases. Is it the mystery that we like? The lack of information and lack of facts can give you room to fill in the gaps and think about what possibly could have happened. So what do you guys reckon? Solved cases or unsolved cases? What is your preference? Misty says, Kiwi says, thanks. Misty says, thank you, Miss Enigma. The country is beautiful, but what happens here, not so much. I'm with you on that one, Misty. Not much. But compared to a lot of other countries, we're doing a lot better. I had someone earlier in a chat somewhere, just randomly, some chick says, hi, New Zealand Mysteries, my son and daughter-in-law or something live in NSW, and then she had some kangaroo little emojis. Just think of that for a second. Kiwi, definitely unsolved. Yeah, definitely unsolved for me as well. I'm trying to think what Miss Enigma is sorry. Oh, she is sorry to hear the shit that happens here. Miss Enigma, once you've watched my videos, you'll know the shit that happens in New Zealand, that's for sure. So as a Kiwi, someone jumps in chat, says, hi, NZ Mysteries, like I knew them. My son and daughter live in NSW. And... So I had a bit of a laugh, and I'm like, typing back to her, I'm like, oh, that's lovely, but NSW is in Australia, whole another country. And she said, oh, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay. Interesting. I really don't like being called Australia or being told we're like Australia, because we're not. That was funny. But it was funny. I guess she may just not know. So, that's funny. But to us, being Kiwi, that's like, dude, don't say that shit. Kiwi, Americans think Australia is New Zealand. Yeah, well, sadly, I thought Canada was in America when I was younger-ish, So I guess there's room for that. Yeah, apparently Americans think Australia is New Zealand. You look at the map and there's this tiny little country right in the do it over this side. Right in the corner of the map, just down there, in that corner, it's little old New Zealand. Don't forget us. We'll make sure they don't. I prefer to know the ending, says Miss Enigma. Kylie was the first victim whose case I followed that found the body, and it was quite confronting in stores and so sad. I started watching with the Summer case. Yeah, it was quite confronting, actually. Pam says, I don't think Australia and New Zealand are the same. Most people don't, but there are a few, Pam, that apparently do. It's like Canada and North America. Yeah, and sometimes we're even left off the map. Oh, yeah, Kiwi, we've been left off the map before. Misty says, I kind of wish we have brave people here like people overseas who could speak up on stuff that happens here. There is a root to a lot of crime, but we're not brave to speak out about it. Yeah. I'm not sure how. Yeah, maybe, Misty. I mean, aren't we not doing that by you supporting my channel and the videos that I put out about missing people and unsolved murders? You're doing your bit that way. I don't know. Miss Enigma, Kiwi, I consider New Zealand a part of us. You are our cousins. Well, we are cousins. Very much so. But we're just not the same. We're cousins. Gaia's Goddess, hello. Missing since 26. Brianna Murawai. That's interesting. I'm just going to get a pen. Because I haven't heard of that name. So give me a little pen. 26th of August. Brianna Murawai. Chihoro Beach. Thank you very much, Goddess. I will be looking that up tomorrow. That's awesome. Kiwi. Oh, so do I miss Enigma, but many don't, sadly. Guys, Goddess New Zealand is a corporation registered 1830. Is it? I thought it was the country I lived in. I didn't think it was a corporation, but there you go. Okay, so what is it that makes not just YouTubers, not just YouTubers, but mainstream media? What is it about a case that draws everyone to a case over another case? I mean, in my eyes, they're all just important as each other. But why have people been covering the Kylie Rodney case and not all covering the case that Gaia's Goddess said, or the teacher, that abduction, another one where people have gone off with that case? What about all the other ones? Yeah. Miss Enigma says, Americans have no idea who either of us are. They think we ride kangaroos. Well, let's just say we don't have kangaroos in New Zealand. Yes, we got left off the map once. And I don't think we were pissed off, but it wasn't right. Misty NZ, you do a great job. I am meaning about the child. Yeah, and so, yeah. Yes, yeah, Misty, it's all sort of coming now. And I think it was always here, but the 501 deportees from Australia certainly changed the gang culture in New Zealand, not for the better. I think once that happened, a whole lot of shit opened up. Bye, Pam Smith. I love you. Thank you so much for coming, and please come back again. I appreciate it. Miss Enigma says, yep, read you loud and clear. I don't understand why so many New Zealanders move here. I'd love to move to your country. The reason people leave for Australia is the difference in the wages. We can get like $10 at least an extra an hour working in Australia, and that makes a huge difference for someone supporting a family. Pam says, I'm not sure don't like being made fun of. Pam, what were we making fun of you for? I'm sorry, I don't know about that. Guys, Goddess Midnight, that same night. Oh, so I have to sit up here. Brianna Muriwai hasn't been seen or heard from since Friday 26 last week. She was last seen dropping off a friend to Wellington Airport Friday night. The last message she sent was to a friend at midnight that same night, stating she was up at the lookout with another friend. No one has been able to make contact with her as the phone is off in her social media. Oh, I will definitely look on tomorrow and see if I can put together enough for a video. Could you go to my Facebook page, Gaia, the NZ Mysteries Facebook page, and send me info via Messenger? That way we can keep in touch. We are very concerned about her well-being, as this is out of character for her to not make contact. Any help is much appreciated. I'll be helping. Yeah, no worries. And we'll see what we can put together. Pam Smith, I'm so sorry. I thought it was all in jest. I didn't think it would hurt your feelings. We weren't talking about all Americans. We were talking about some Americans. Definitely not you. So I'm sorry about that. Guys, Goddess, my little brother was a victim of homicide 2010. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's really awful. I don't like that at all. I'm so sorry. Kiwi, yes, sorry, Pam. I was talking about my personal experiences. I lived in America for 2 years and I'm married to an American. That's right, Pam. We'd never make fun of you, my darling. Guy, how old was your little brother? I'm working tomorrow, but Goddess, I'll definitely look into that. The hard thing, though, as we were talking about a wee bit earlier, is the lack of media here. So if the media hasn't covered the case, I mean, I can't ring the police or anything. I can't go to them and ask for information. All I can do is go to mainstream media and hope that someone's covered it and I can get some information. Otherwise, we can go off all the information that you give me if you send it to me on Messenger. Misty, something I don't understand, New Zealand Mysteries. New Zealand police have a YouTube channel and don't they use it for missing people? It is hard to share from Facebook if our Facebook is private and not all let you share their stories. I didn't even know the police had a I'm about to have a look at it now. I didn't even know that New Zealand police had a YouTube page. I notice, I did notice that on Facebook, New Zealand police have just started like a page for wanted people and information and stuff like that. And I seen that the other day. I'm just looking on here. So I found the New Zealand police. I don't know. It doesn't seem to. It doesn't exactly tell you like missing persons and stuff like that, does it? It doesn't look like it's good for much. He was only 23. Oh, that's awful. Goddess, it's so young. A deal was done and one got immunity in exchange for his remains. Gaia, are you do you think there's satisfaction in the fact that someone had to get immunity so you could get the remains? Was it worth getting your brother's remains back and having this person essentially let off with it? Yeah, that would be really interesting to know from your point of view. Yeah, Misty, it's hard on Facebook if it's private. Yeah, you seem what and joined. All right. It would be interesting from a perspective of someone that's been through trauma like that. Not that I want you to relive it. Goddess says, eye for an eye justice, I believe, for homicide. Yeah. Okay, so we could start with the death sentence topic, which some people feel really strongly about. We don't have that in New Zealand. That's not an option. And our jail sentences are jokes, absolute jokes. Like, for example, a judge would sentence someone here in New Zealand and we'd all call it a joke because they'd just get a couple of years and a slap on the wrist. It's bullshit. Do I believe in capital punishment? Wow, there's so many people that get wrongfully convicted. So, yeah, that's a tough one. What do you Kiwis think? I think if there was enough evidence, like DNA, it has to be DNA. If there was DNA to prove someone did it and it was one of those, then maybe, yeah. Miss Enigma, I'm going to go before I do. I'm TJ. Nice to meet you. Please come back. This is all we sort of do on our lives when I have in the past. It's just chat. So look out for me. Thank you so much, Miss Enigma. Kiwi, then get out and reoffend. Yeah, exactly. Our sentences are jokes. And then the amount of people that get out on parole or whatever, and they just go and commit crimes anyway. Goddess, you're on police 10-7, met Graham. He was missing for 4 months, but the culprit had 186 charge. My brother was his 187th. Oh my goodness. Gosh. Gaia, that's terrible. Misty, I don't believe in death penalty, but support life prison. Yeah, I think I would be happy in New Zealand if life meant life. If life meant that you go to prison and you spend the rest of your natural life in there, if you got sentenced to it, I think that would be good enough for me. Goddess says more dollars generated through mental health than prisoners. It's all business. Yeah, it is all business. Everything's a business in the bottom line, isn't it? Sadly. Sorry, I can't show that one. Goddess. I can't put that through. That last comment. But yeah, look, keep in touch. Definitely look into this case tomorrow, Brianna Muriwai, and have a look. If nothing, if I don't find anything, I'll message her, and you have to come to Facebook though, Messenger, and I'll message her and let you know, and perhaps we can get together and bang out some information or something. Miss Enigma, I agree. It's tough if they are innocent. I would rather a real predator be in jail for years than an innocent one be killed. Yeah, I think that's where I am as well. I think rather than risk someone being wrongfully killed and capital punishment, I think if sentences were appropriate for the offending, then I think I'd be happy with life in prison. Guys, Goddess says he gets out in 2024, then what we will be paying till... Oh, you mean, is he going to reoffend? Well, there's only 2 years, just over a year for him to come out. Thank you, Miss Enigma. It's been really nice. Misty, New Zealand, I have an issue with our justice. When I was 16, a panty sniffer broke into my home. I woke to him and found out he had been breaking out over weeks. He got 6 months PD. I was not first or last victim. That's fucking annoying, isn't it? Yeah. New Zealand doesn't have a justice system that okay, just have to get my cat. It's at the door. He'll open the door if I don't go. Cat is in. Misty says, I found out a few years ago he continued his pattern, so hundreds of victims he went on to. For women. Yeah, so, I mean, I think we had today in one of the chats I was on, they were going for that school teacher that was abducted. The guy they've arrested for that crime has a rap sheet really long, and he was on parole. And a lot of people are saying, you know, why was he out on parole? He had so many previous convictions. He should have stayed in jail. If he stayed in jail, this wouldn't have happened to her name's Eliza Fletcher. She wouldn't have been abducted and still missing. Yes. Look, you're not allowed to do that. There's nothing. Oh my God. There's nothing over there for you. Now you're going to have to come back. Hurry up. Come on. Get over on your bed. Yes, on your bed. Please sit down. Good boy. Mental health was what kept him out of prison. Yeah. I don't want to talk about mental health because that's a tough subject. But, yeah. I understand that concept. In America, you can see where criminals live. We need to have that here too. What do you mean, Kiwi? You mean like, yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, where criminals live. What are you doing? That's not your bed, it's over there. Yes, I hear your purry head. Too. Did you know? Look. Oh, there it is, over there. Okay, go look yourself over there now. He's a good boy. Good night. We can't go over there. There's nothing there, I said. Kiwi says past convicted criminals once they're out of prison. Oh, do they have that like a register? And Misty says the SA register also. True that. I'm sure we have a SA list here in New Zealand, if I'm not wrong. I don't think the police are able to keep a track of past convicted criminals like they can in the US. I haven't heard that. And now Ronnie's going to make like eating noises with his biscuits. And he'll be back. I give you like a minute and he'll be back. I know my cat. What happened to Sensible Sentencing website? I don't actually know. I'm going to write that down because tomorrow I'm going to look. For ages and ages, guys, when there was convicts being sentenced in New Zealand, we're going back only like a couple of years, there was this place called the Sensible Sentencing Trust, I think it was called, and they would go to a lot of court cases and stand up for like the families and that, because they reckon that families or predators, whatever they are, offenders, were not getting the punishment they deserved. It didn't fit the crime, didn't fit the bill. So Sensible Sentencing Trust, that's what they sort of went about doing. It's getting sensible sentences, obviously, because that's what it's called. That was a fucking hard thing to say, that one. And I haven't seen them around for a couple of years, Misty, so I might take a look. Kiwi, if you buy a house in America, you can see if your neighbour is a previous criminal. Is that still the case? Oh, yeah. Is that still the case? That's really interesting. You know, one thing I like about US true crime compared to here, you guys can go and get affidavits and the police reports and quite often coroner reports, autopsy reports. We don't get that shit here. I don't have access to that usually. So, yeah, at least along with the mainstream media that you guys have over there, and not just US, you know, all around the world. Yeah, but I want to know, if you buy a house, if I was to buy a house over in America, can I check up on my neighbour? Because I think that would be a great idea. I know I have seen creators from the US look up the sex offenders in the area, in certain areas, and that's really scary. Like you see like one there, and they're like all around like the community that you live in, and you didn't even know they were all like living right near your kids and shit. Crazy. My mouth is getting a bit dry now. Do any of you, it's only girls in the room, do any of you girls work? Well, it's not only girls, it's people watching that aren't chatting. I see you in the back there, just lurking. You know, I see you. You're not going to tell anyone you've been here, but I see you in the back. I'm going to shoot off soon. In New Zealand, for a lot of those overseas, it is hard to access public records, criminal backgrounds, plus a lot of name suppression is given in New Zealand. Yeah, it is. Lots of name suppression. We're very private. But it would help if we had access to that sort of stuff, but we do not. Do you feel better? Oh, you do? Oh, good, nice. I'm a furry head. Ooh, he's getting his head rubbed like a head massage. He likes a head massage. Kiwi says, I'm on a break for a few years. I finished working at the hospital in admin after 15 years. Oh, awesome. Misty, here too, we would be accused of discrimination. True that. I didn't think about that. You can't do anything these days unless it's PC and not discrimination. But that's just a whole nother subject for another night. So I might end it, guys. Thank you so much for spending a couple of hours with me. I really appreciate it. I love just having a few people because we can have a bit of a closer chat and it can be more integrated, you know, like me chatting to you, chatting to me, you know, you got it. I'm not sure how often I'm going to go live now that I'm back, or yeah, depends. We'll see how it goes anyway. But thank you, everyone. It was a real pleasure. My first time here was a success, and I feel really good about it. And Ronnie thinks it was great, don't you, Ronnie? Yeah, I do. Okay. See you guys. Thanks so much. Please come back next time. Be safe. Be kind to yourself and to everyone around you. Nice to meet you all.